Right, we're joined back with Philip Wicker, Head of Campus here at Sheppey College. Do you offer apprenticeships at Sheppey College?
Yes, we do. We offer, we have people who are employed here at the college as apprentices, but I think more importantly, we help employers, all employers, who are interested in taking on an apprenticeship. We can help those employers with the training and the qualifications that the apprentices must have as they go through their period as an apprentice. So the new government, the coalition government, is pushing apprenticeships very hard, as indeed the last Labour government was, and we here at Sheppey have responded to that. We already have a group of students who are apprentices employed by local hairdressing salons here on Sheppey, and we are planning to take on a group of business administration apprentices in January. So typically these would be this is training for those people who've been employed for some form of office work in Sheppey or possibly in Sittingbourne as well. They would be able to, or they would be employed by their employer, but some of the certificates that they need to acquire in the course of their apprenticeship they can pick up here at Sheppey. That's what we're offering at the moment, but I have every intention of expanding that offer if we possibly can, because not only do we believe in apprenticeships as a way of training people for work, we also have experience in it, and we can also draw, obviously here at Sheppey, on the vast experience that the main site in Canterbury has also developed in terms of trained staff who can help with all aspects of recruiting apprentices and thinking of whether or not an apprenticeship is suitable for a particular employer. So we have the infrastructure here really to help with those who are considering taking on an apprentice, both in the immediate future and also in the longer term. So I would ask that if people have a particular apprenticeship inquiry, we actually have an apprenticeship hotline that you could phone, which is 078 272 48719, and there you'll be able to speak to the lady who's employed here at Sheppey to look after our apprenticeship programme. Yolanda Levina is her name.
I understand you wanted to clear up some common misconceptions.
Well, yes, I think, Daniel, I think it would be useful. I've spoken to many islanders since I've been here. In fact, it's been the most pleasurable part of my job, actually. It's just mixing with members of the local community and to ask them about Sheppey College, what they know of it, what they think it is, what it does. And I've been quite surprised, actually, by some of the responses that I've had. And therefore, I believe there are some misconceptions or some misunderstandings that people have. And there are 3 or 4 of them, actually. So I'll take you through them.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, fine. First of all, there are 1 or 2 people who've said, looking at the building, noticing what a lovely building it is, and indeed it is actually, I think, probably the best, or one of the best public buildings on the island, in fact, the quality of the building. Yeah. But many people have looked at it and thought it's probably belongs to a company or an office. It's an office of some sort because it's such a nice looking building. Well, let me assure your listeners that it isn't. There are a few offices in Sheppey campus, obviously, but it is a further education college. That's the first. The second is that, again, I think because the building looks so fine, that there are those who think it's maybe a kind of private college, that it's not state funded. Well, wrong. It is a state funded further education college, just like any other FE college in the country. Another misconception or misunderstanding, I think, is that people think that Sheppey College is actually part of the academy, the new academy. It isn't. It's quite distinct from the academy, and that's not because we don't want to work with the academy, because we do, but it does mean that there is a genuine choice for people on the island whether to stay at school or whether to come here to Sheppey, particularly in the 16 to 18 age range. So there is that choice, and I think it's important that local people realise that we are not actually in any way part of the academy. And another misconception, I think, that people hold is that it's almost as if the building doesn't actually exist. If I can just describe to you what I mean by that. When you actually look at the college, especially when you're coming onto the roundabout, the mini roundabout near Tesco's, it's actually quite difficult to see the college because it's hidden by all sorts of bushes and growth of all sorts. And one of the things I've asked my site team to do is to reduce the bushes and hedges a little so that people can actually see very clearly that this is a college, it's a building for the public, and it's certainly not sort of hidden away and tucked away. Another thing that I think is very useful for people to know is that if you do come and study at Sheppey College, there's lots of parking available. It's very accessible. It's probably the busiest part of the entire island, I would have thought, this roundabout near opposite Tesco's. And we're so fortunate to have the railway station literally over the road and the bus station as well. So there are misconceptions about, but I think they can easily be put right. And I would say for your listeners, the best way to put them right is to actually drop in someday and come and have a look.
We are talking to Philip Wicker, Head of Campus at the Sheppey College here on the Isle of Sheppey.